Hello everyone, welcome to entrepreneurship session number 25. Today's topic is preparing marketing plan for the product and services. So today we are going to discuss about the marketing and the pricing strategy. That's important. So why this session is important? The reason is that a lot of entrepreneurs, they are technical, very sound. They have the great product, but when it comes to marketing and reaching out, they face challenges. So this session is for that. So secondly, this session is short, around 40 minutes, and it exactly informs you that what you require from the startup perspective related to the marketing. Fine. In MBA, it's a full 45 hours, full-fledged course. But we are going to discuss very briefly in 40 minutes. Okay, so this is the mind map, and this is the marketing for startups. So we have 6 important points. So once you have developed your target audience and the market research, you know their problems, you know the value, what you are going to provide, and then you build a prototype. Two things are important in a business plan, that is a prototype, and secondly, we should have a traction. So next few minutes, we will be discussing the goals of marketing, the types of marketing, the target audience, channels, the pricing strategy, and some marketing success measures. So let us start with the goals of marketing. Yeah, let me maximize this over here. So first we want to know the audience you want to reach out to, the number of audience. So that's the first point. Are you going for a regional marketing or national level marketing? How many total target audience you want to have, or local level marketing we can say, or society level. Okay, so it how many total target audience you want to achieve. So that's the first point about. That should be a first goal. Second is the website. The goal is traffic generation on the website. The importance of website we will be discussing shortly, and then followed by the followers or the conversion, and then the time frame. It is not that you keep going on and on, and there has to be a time frame, because there is a budget, and the last is the return on investment, ROI. So you are putting in some money, some investment in R&D, and you also want to get a return of investment of it. So these are the goals of marketing. If you don't keep these goals, you will go on and on with the traffic generation on website. You will be, if you don't have a time frame, you will be taking more time and wasting your resources into marketing. So you don't have the control. Okay, so it's very important to set these goals. Again, I repeat, audience reaching out, the total number of target audience, traffic generation on the website, the number of followers you have on the website or on the social media, the conversion rate, how many customers visiting a website are actually buying the product and paying you. Then the time frame of all the activities related to the marketing, the budget, the revenue and the costing scheme, and the expected return of investment. Okay, the profit margins and the revenue. So these are the goals of marketing in brief. Let us move on to the next point. So second is the types of marketing. So there are basically in business world, if we see, there are 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. The 4 P's of marketing. But what's that? Where do they come from? Okay, they come from people, principal values, mission, and vision of your startup, your processes, and performance and productivity. So when it comes to marketing, we are ready with the product, price. We should be ready, with the product, price, place, and promotion. The product. So this is the product. Let's consider one scenario. Okay. So this is the product. So we need to have a value. So when we start marketing, we need to have some value. You know very clearly what customers problem are. For example, if you have a great fashion, modern designer clothes, how many people will buy it? Are you solving a real need by providing a designer clothes? right? So no, if there is no demand, if you have this idea right now due to the current pandemic situation, very rarely people will buy designer clothes. So when you have no demand, there is no supply. So next comes the price. So there should be a good linkage between a value and the price. So let us see that. So here, value is equal to benefit against price. Okay, so I will request you to write down this question, very important question. Why customers should buy your product or your service? Okay, so these are your target audience or your customers, and this is the value, right? So let's take an example over here of product versus price. So let's say you have a Parle-G biscuit. So there is a value or there is a price attached to it. Now, if we increase the price without increasing the benefits, then definitely the value will not increase. Now, if you add some more cashews or all the nuts, so then we increase the value, then you can increase the cost. Okay, so basically what I mean to say is this, that value is equal to benefits against price. So the more benefit you have, the more value the product will have. Okay, and the greater the chances of the customers to buy the product. And then you should have a unique value proposition. It should be solving customers need. It should be a clear distinguishing. So you should also have tangible and intangible benefits. Okay, so product versus price depends upon what value you provide to the customers. Fine. Now let me go back to the mind map. Third is the place and the promotion. So place is where do you want to see the Parle-G, right? So promotion means how and where you want to do the promotion. That's very, very important. Fine. So yeah. So let us see the next slide after this. So these are all the products and the values attached to them. So if you have more and more functionalities like iPhone, so or your smartphones, right? If you have more and more memory, the value goes on increasing, and you can increase the cost, right? And then there are uh, places and promotion. So you see over here, Gajini movie. So it's a marketing promotion. Then we have Cars 24, Jeep. How would you reach out to the market? That is what you mean by place and promotion. So place, that is this is about the promotion, correct? And the place, would you want online delivery of your products or your marts, right? Or will you have an offline delivery? Okay, so would the customers want the movie to be released in the PVR or OTT platforms, correct? And one more thing, remember that it needs to be at the right time and at the right location. Okay, so that is why the place and the promotions plays a very, very important role. So then comes the four more P's. Okay, so the people, the principal values, mission vision, the processes, and the performance or productivity. Okay, so let us start with the people. It's not only customers anymore now. People are your assets. Okay, who are your employees? Who are your employees? People in your organization, your business partners. These are also the people. Okay, so you should involve them in the marketing strategy. So these people will help you analyze a great marketing. Next is the principal values, mission, and vision. So let's say that you have target audience, you understand the problems or their pain points. What product are you selling them to solve the problem? And what are the outcomes of that product? How your product will benefit them? So these 4 points should be added in your mission statement. Okay. And then we have various processes. So So we have integration of functional areas, service delivery, hiring, training, and customer service. So these are the processes. The last is the performance or productivity, right? So what is the outcome? Expenditure versus outcome, right? Your outcome is your profit or your revenue. So these all together are my 8 P's in the types of marketing. Okay. So these are my 8 P's: product, price, pricing strategy is also very important, place, promotion, people, principles, values, mission and vision, and vision, processes and performance. So these are my 8 types. Fine. Next important thing is the website. Very, very important thing. You will have to create a website for free. Okay. So let me go to the next point now. So next is your target audience. So you need to choose your target audience. So your target audience is either B2B or B2C. Okay. If it is B2B, choose the industry. Okay. So it can be the industry can be from, let me take it over here. Okay. So the industry can be, are you making a product for healthcare, or it for education, construction, IT or tech, arts and craft, and F&B. Okay. So also choose the criteria. Also choose the criteria in the form of company size, revenue, and the stages of business. So if it is an industry, which industry? We should decide on that. That will decide your target audience, right? So you should select the industry as well as the criteria. Then comes the B2C. Okay. So we have demographic, psychographic, behavioral, and geographic. Depending upon that, you select your B2C market. So in demographic, we have age, gender, education, employment, marital status, race, religion. So you get to know more about your audience, right? And then you decide your actual target audience. Now, psychographic means values, beliefs, interest, lifestyle, attitude, personality. In behavioral, we have the purchasing power of your customers or your spending habit, the status. That also, it matters, because let's say if you have your organic, vegetables, or organic, some, what we can say, fruits, right? So in that case, organic honey. So it's like, it is catering a, if you cater that to a normal, wait a second. Sorry for that. So let's say if your product is your organic honey, and you are selling that in a shop where which is very high cost, then it matters the purchasing power and the spending habit of the customers also are very, very important, and the status also play an important role. So these are the criteria to choose the target audience, the B2C criteria. And then lastly, the geographic: village, town, or city. So these are the 4 criteria to select B2C target audience. Again, I repeat: demographic, psychographic, behavioral, and geographic. Okay. And let's say if you have a edutech startup, and so your target audience will be youth. Let's say you will decide the youth in the rural area. And if you want to be more specific, youth in the rural area who is from 11th grade to 12th grade. Okay. And if you want to make more concise, more detailed target audience for B2C, your target audience is youth for edutech startup. Edutech means education tech startup in rural areas from 11th to 12th grade, who right after 12th who are looking for skill based learning. Okay. So, and if you focus on the 11 to 12 standard students in urban areas who are preparing for competitive exams, now you have a completely different target audience. Okay. So one more thing is the customer journey map. It is very important. It is very, very helpful, and you need to be clear about your customer journey map. Okay. So this is about the customer journey map. Let me just expand it over here. Yeah. So over here, we have, various feelings: very happy, satisfied, unhappy. These are the touch points, right? What your customer feel. Your customer, let's say you have launched your mobile phone. So customer hear about your product from your friends, family. They want to purchase, motivation will be that they want to buy a product, right? And there has to be a happy feeling. Then he listens from his friends and about your service or your product. And then the customers search for the website, they search for your website, and your website needs to be updated accordingly. So next they browse to the site inside. So inside it should be new and clean about your features, deals. You should constantly update it. And then obviously somebody will not directly buy the product. They will evaluate the product. What they will do? Compare. They will evaluate the product and compare. Last is that you have to have your unique selling points, USPs, and pricing. That's only when the customers will buy your product. And finally, if someone will pay you, and after that, you should have a good sales service. So the customers, right from hearing your product till buying, the conversion. This is the conversion from hearing about your product from your friends, or you really have a desire to buy the product, or the customers have the desire. This is the conversion right from hearing about the product and till the buying. So they need to have a great experience. Okay, so this is the fundamental of marketing technique which you apply. Okay, so they should have the customers. This is the customer journey map, right from the motivation to the search for the websites, browse to the website, evaluate the product, and then finally you pay. And then for the retention of your customers, you offer them the post sales service. Okay, so let's say that if you don't take care of such things, and customers while browsing to your website, the website doesn't open up. Okay, so that will have a bad impression, right, on the customer's part. They will never return to your website again. And if it opens up, let's say fast enough, but it doesn't have any pictures, how will customers buy? How they will feel? They will not feel great. They will feel dissatisfied. And let's say that the payment process is not updated in the website, so they will feel irritated and leave your website. Okay, so you should think about the customer journey as soon as they hear, as they hear about your product or your service till they buy it. And after sales service also, let's say if something happens to the product, okay, which they have bought from you, and they will call the customer service, and if no one picks up, customers will be frustrated. Okay, so this is next we will see the example. So this is the customer journey map, shopping for a new car. Okay, so here we how to this is the one. So first you see the advertisement or the TV commercials for a website. Okay, or you see ads on the Facebook. Here you get introduced, you already have the motivation to buy, and then you explore through the website, right? And then you compare different cars like Hyundai or Maruti Suzuki, right? And then if you're more interested, then you go through more options, more websites, and compare them. And then you book a test drive, and you see all the deals. And finally, when you like everything is okay, you have your monthly payments from the salesperson, all the finance terms, everything is okay, and then finally you negotiate. Okay, so here is the customer journey map for shopping of a new car. So here the expectations and everything is very well explained. You all can refer that. Okay, I will share the link, and these are the 7 ways to analyze a customer journey map. Okay, so you all can also go through it. It's the same example of shopping for a new car. Okay, so you all can go through that. Fine. So let me return back to the mind map. Yeah. So the crux of this session is the channels. Okay, let me go to the next one. Yeah, the channels. So first you have social media. Let me just expand it slightly. So social media, your startup should have a social media presence. So do you have a personal page, right? On LinkedIn, Facebook, or Insta, depending upon your target audience. Secondly, do not just try to sell your product. Gone are those days. Simple threading does not work today. You have to create a community. For example, if your product is an IoT device, you create a community where people can learn about IoT as well. There will be students, professionals, some applications, or some contest, right? You try to build a community of IoT. and then you introduce your product, right? So like for example, in the edutech startup, once the community is created, you can interact with your followers, give them the value, use freemium model, just give them some lectures on IoT free, let's say some an academy or links, and finally they will buy, and if they see a value into it. But next, choose the right platform, right? Choose the right platform next. So it depends upon Insta, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So let's say if your service or your product is related to fashion, then obviously you won't go for your LinkedIn profile. Correct? LinkedIn is not the right platform. Maybe you will target Instagram or Facebook. And let's say if you have a tech startup, then tech education tech startup, so you may reach out in LinkedIn. Okay. And next is pay per click. Once you have your website, you can put ads in on the Google your website, so that your website will come at the top of the search list, okay, in the Google. So you have Google, Facebook, and these are proven to be highest outcome based techniques, placing ads in the website or in the Facebook. Okay. So this is about the pay per click. You can allocate some budget for it also. Next comes the email marketing. You go into any website nowadays, they will ask you for the email, and once you subscribe, they will start bombarding you with the promotions or offers via email. What is that? That is nothing but your email marketing. So why someone will give you your email ID? Because your product or your service is giving you some value. Now, let me show you some example of an email marketing. So, this was the Uber email, right? During the pandemic era when it started, you can see how they are thanking the driving partners on the Uber platform who kept the Uber moving during even the pandemic times. And one more thing, one more example I want wish to show you all, you know. So this is the promotion, Uber. So you get 50% cash back up to 100 using with Google, Amazon Pay. So this is what your they have given how to do it and the payment methods and Uber's door-to-door safety standards. They have informed about it, right? So once you subscribe to your service, they will keep on sending you the emails about the various offers. So here you see unsubscribe button. Once I click on it, I will not get it, right? So you have to keep your emails very crisp and very very to value it should show them the value. And now you will have, let's say, hundreds and thousands of emails. So how to manage it, how to manage these emails? Okay. Just a second. So you know you have different modules that you have ConvertKit, Sendinblue, Mailchimp. So these are the various uh, you know um, modules which you can check it out. They are the freemium modules. You can use it for a 7-day or a 14-day free trial. They will manage all your emails, right? And while sending the emails, there are these tips. So make it personalized, keep it short, and it should provide the value, knowledge, and appreciate the skill. Okay, so this is what the email marketing means. So every email should have a value, else customers will block you or unsubscribe you, just as was in this case. Okay, so there was a value 100 rupees, cashback, 50% cashback, up to 100. So this is the value which they are informing us, and they are then giving the details of it. Okay, and they are also affiliating with the Amazon Pay, right? And yeah, next we have the most important is the website. Okay, this is perhaps the most important thing. If you're doing a business, you got to have a website. So let's say, yeah, someone says ki, is a website required? I am selling on Instagram and I'm doing good. See, without a website you don't have a recognition in the market. So that's why website is very very important. So you can create your first website for free in WordPress or Wix.com or even in the Fever.com. You can design the websites. You can design, create gigs or logos to related to your startup, Webly.com and everything else. So once you have your website, it's not enough. Tons and lakhs of websites are there. right? And nobody will ever know where are you. So you need to have a proper audit, right? There is something called as SEO, search engine optimization, or keyword should be updated. Then you should have your site performance. For example, 1 seconds or 2 seconds. How much time is taking to load your pages? Then you should have your internal linkage. So should be working. So all the internal links in your website should be working, or else it will be a big embarrassment, and your customers will not be with you. Will never visit the website again. And then you should have your security checks, and you should also run Google Analytics. So the Google Analytics will tell us about how many people come to your website, how much time they spend on each page, which page is most likely visited, which are the links which are most likely clicked. So these things for your promotions. Okay. And the Google Analytics is free, okay, for limited features. And then we have content marketing, which is very very important. The blogs are very important. The keywords are very very important. And what should I write? Should I write something which is useful? You should write something which is helpful to the people or creating a value. For example, if you can write, if your product is your mobile phone, you can write a comparison study between your Samsung Galaxy Note and iPhone 11, right? And your product and your mobile phone with the same price. So or a block can be based on which smartphones to buy under 10,000, under 10,000 budget. So, or how should I prevent myself from corona? So these are the blocks which are having a value into it. Next is the keywords. So find out the keywords which are most describing your product or your service in a website. So add those keywords in your website so that it will display in the in the search engines. Um, then let us see what was that SEO in the Google. It is search engine optimization for sure. Yeah. Search engine optimization is a process of improving the quality and the quantity of the website traffic to a website or to a web page from search engines. Okay. So this Google is a search engine. So let's say if I type any product, right? So let's say woodland shoes. So as you can see at the first top corner, the ad will come. So that's how this is the paid media, correct? So your search, if you type, all your ads will come up, right? You have your website. So this is the website. So this is how the website will look like. Let's see this. Okay. So you have your pictures, you have your impact men and women footwear. So your internal links should be working, as you can see. All the varieties where if I have a look at it, everything I come to know. Okay. So here also we can have a look. Okay. We have a new feature lookbook. So you can type even search, or you should have your contact details. And this is the cart if you want to buy anything. So they are not only targeting only shoes, they are also apparels or accessories or yeah. So you can see this woodland bags and woodland for trekking. So this is how your website should be. Lot of pictures. So this will definitely attract the customers, and that then also see community. I've told you about the community. So they have your community, which is about the preserving the environment. Okay. And then we have a lookbook, which is a new feature. And then also the emails. If you want to drop a query, so you can see, should be stay updated on the latest trends from the woodland, you have to type a email ID. Why are they asking email ID? So that you can get all the latest offers, right? So this is all about the creating the website. It has a very very good value. Okay. So I hope that this is clear. And this is about the social media presence. You can see if you have a Twitter, you have a Facebook, we have a Instagram link, LinkedIn, or even your YouTube. Okay. So this is all about the website. So this will help you a great thing. So yeah, you can see the price tag is also there where we can search, right? So yeah, so all these things also were also matters a lot. Small details. So you should have a good workable website. Fine. and you should have also work on the content marketing, correct? So nowadays it's about building a community. Just now we have seen that over here. There was a community. So let me refresh this again. As you can see, Pro Planet. So this is the community. So we generate great content, share on the various channels, in a social media, so that it reaches out to the people. So here is the social media. So always you should include all these points. So this is a great example of a very good website from Woodland. And publishing on various channels, I told you so. And then outcome of the content marketing is the sales link, correct? For and the email marketing. In fact, the outcome for the email and the content marketing both should be a sales link, or else it's just a time waste, correct? And let's say if you want to buy, let's say, boots. So someone will click on it, right? And yeah, and someone likes this, so you click on buy now, correct? And that is the outcome of this website. Then you can buy, add to the cart, okay? And then you can check out for the delivery. So all these are very, very important. So you give the description, the reviews also matters a lot, okay? And then there are policies of returns and exchange. These are also very, very important. Okay, so all these things are extremely important. Then you can give the images. So I can see what images plays a role, as you can see very, very clearly. Okay, and yeah, so the ultimate aim is, let's say, if your product is a shoe, creating product is a shoe, then what will be the outcome of the content or the email or the website, right? Will be the sales link. So this is the sales link. So hope that this all is making sense in the content marketing. And then we have influencer marketing. Okay, so Insta Reels, influencers, right? Influencers do three things. You should find your industry, right? Which industry they belong to. What's the ratio of number of followers or number of likes, or number of organic followers or number of organic likes? You read, you comment the comments to know that the customer demands and the customer choice for the influencer. So you can follow them, and if you find that they can be the right person for your product, then you can approach them for the influencer marketing. So influencers also play a very, very important role. Let's say if they promote your product, it will be like they already have a wide followers, so that will create a good reach out to the target audience. Okay, and next comes the offline promotions. So offline promotions, you can I'm not talking about the television ads, the newspaper ads, or the hoardings. You don't require them now, right now, correct? You can do a word of mouth. Okay, so what is this? This is about the referrals or the reviews. Okay, ask a customer who has already purchased your product or your service to write a review or write a referral for you, okay, on your website or a LinkedIn, or in a Google. So referral means, it means, if you have a good number of referrals, your means you're going good, right? You're getting more popular. And reviews are also very, very important. You can know about, whenever you go into Amazon to buy a product, the first thing you say is the ratings of the product, right? So yeah, so this is how the offline promotions will also work. Fine. So if you have a good customer retention, they will write the referral or the reviews, which will in fact be promoting your, of your product or your service. And there are some other tips. So not all the tips are for your startup. So you can choose the best suited one for you. So first one is the cash bonus. You can give them around 50%, 30%, or 100 rupees cashback, or 20% cashback offer, something like this. And then there is affiliate marketing. So it's a boom right now going on in the marketing world. So I have showed you an email. So this is what the affiliate marketing is. Uber is promoting Amazon Pay, and Amazon Pay itself is promoting Uber. Okay, and let's take another example. Let's say if you're selling shirts, So, what you can do is that place ads of the trousers or jeans from the other startup, let's say. So you can affiliate with that startup. If they click, you can get some points. Customers will get some discount coupons. Imagine that you have 10,000 people as your customers in a community, and the other startup has like 20,000 people. You can promote them, they will promote you. That's affiliate marketing. Okay. So let's say that what complementary product which you don't sell, some other startup sell. So you can combine your service. So please think about that. Amazon is all about the affiliate marketing. Or you can give away free t-shirts and all, which you can, promote your product or your service. Correct? And then you have, you can use your product for your social cause. That's very, very important. This will help you. So create an image in your eyes of the people. You sell your product, 1% goes to the social cause like education, eradicating poverty, tie up with the NGO. People will feel about it. From profit, if you can distribute books in the school, rural areas, give donation to the NGOs, it will create an impact among the community. Okay, and people do appreciate that. Then we have, next we have is viral videos. Now, these are out of all, viral videos are the cheapest marketing tip. So if you make a video and if it goes to viral, it reaches a large population without any extra cost. So that's also very, very important. And then you have ads. Okay, there are two things which you are promoting in the ads, either happiness or fear. This is the psychology of the target audience. Either you are making the target audience happy or you're making them feel fear. For example, how do you make them happy? Detergent powder keeps clothes white. Okay, detergent powder, Nirma, right? It keeps all the clothes extremely white. So you're happy. Customers are happy. How will you make them feel fear? So there will be an ad, prevent your family from germs, use Dettol, use Lifebuoy. So that's how they are promoting the ads, right? Either in the form of making people happy or we can, make them feel fear. And next is the paid media, local newspapers. You can give ads, newspaper ads, TV ads, radio ads, but it will all come at a cost. So if all other options don't work, then you can go for your paid media, or else it is not required. And then you have direct selling, so you can eliminate the, there is no wholesaler or a retailer in it. So try selling directly, try direct selling first. Okay. And then we have the earned media or the PR. Now PR, you can think about it. Next is something called as hype marketing. This is one of the most contemporary marketing strategy. It is an inbound marketing. Now what do you mean by inbound? You understand by outbound. So outbound marketing means you go out to the people, spend spend time, energy and money. Inbound means people will get attracted to you from what are you doing with your product or your service. So that is hype marketing. People come by themselves, right? So I have given you a link over here. This is a link for a startup, IoT, correct, from Pune. They teach hype marketing. They will give you their project. They will give you to work on your projects, and yeah, and for free. Actually, they will teach you hype marketing for free. And if you are interested, you can also work on the projects. And then also consistency also matters. It's not about doing it once. It's about keeping your website updated, keep new posts, available, name new videos every week, every twice a week. So you need to be there in the market continuously. Your presence should be felt. And also the social media manager. So where you can, what does the social media manager do? Social media manager, where you post one, let's say if you post a link in one place, it will update in the all other social media platforms. So you can try out with the, Hootsuite or the Content Studio or the Connect Insights. So they are tried your free versions, and if you like them, you can, buy them later. So these are all the quick tips for your, marketing strategy. Now let's come to the last part. Okay, so these are all your channels. Let me just quickly revise. So So these are all the channels. Yeah, the social media, PPC, email marketing. Most important is creating a website. Then you have content marketing, influencer marketing, offline promotions, and few tips, the 12 tips which we have discussed. Now, last is the pricing. So these are all the channels we have discussed. The most important one is the website. So always start working on your website if you have not created so. Last is the pricing. It's very difficult. How to decide on that pricing? It's very, we will discuss a step by process. See, there is a lot of material available in the Google related to marketing, but we are discussing the most comprehensive matter in the form of the mind map. Okay, so first you choose your target market, correct? And let's say the target market is young and professionals, IT. So second is your timeline. You should decide upon your timeline, right? And this is your business, right? So your business will be retail or online. You should decide on that. So first will be QSR. Now what is QSR? Quick serve restaurants. Okay. And against fine dine. Fine dine means you spend time with your family and you can enjoy your food over the time. Whereas quick serve restaurant QSR model, business model, for example, Subway, McD, they will serve you food within 5 minutes time, right? So obviously the pricing strategy will be different between the retail or in the QSR model and and in the fine dining. Okay, so the pricing will be different here. So next is you search for the competitors. Now also online we can have online services or the business models also. Next you have to search for competitors. How much customers are paying to the competitors? Correct, you have to find out that. And then comes the costing. Actually this is costing per unit. Okay, so this is actually, I have to upgrade it, costing per unit. Very important. So this is let's say for the costing first includes the raw materials. And if it is not a product and if it is a service, then there are no raw materials. So raw material cost will be saved. So let's say in restaurants we have, and 33, every industry will have certain amount of raw material cost. Let's say in the restaurant industry, we have 33% reserved for your standard for raw materials for food, correct? And then you go for salaries. Let's reserve 18 to 20% for salaries. The marketing cost will account for 5 to 10%. Now in marketing we have very important customer acquisition cost. Okay, so marketing means reaching out to people, that comes at a cost. And then we also have logistics. Actually there should be logistics also. Then we have taxes and interest, don't forget that, correct? So all these are costing per unit, right? And there is something called as markup price. So how much you want to increase the price, that is what you call as markup price. Okay, so yeah, so let us go forward. Also one more important thing is left out over here is that rentals. You have to you cannot purchase every let's say to a space, right? A space in a building. So you have to pay rentals, right? So 20% cost will go out there. So we are left out with 15 to 20% profit margin in the business. That's good. But if you work out all these costings and still if you make a profit margin of 20 to 25%, that's very good. And if you have a profit margin of 30 to 35%, that's even excellent. Okay. So remember, if the prices increases, the demand increases. If you try to increase your price in order to increase your profit margin, your demand will grow less. Okay. And then there is something called as break even point. In this we have OPEX and CapEx. So OPEX stands for operational expenditure. So let's say your monthly cost expenditure is around, including rental, salaries, and everything else is 4 lakh. And you should generate a revenue greater than 4 lakh. Let's say 4.5 lakh. then your profit becomes 50,000. So let's say that if your revenue is not reaching 4 lakh, it is slightly less than that, you will be in loss. So if you increase your price a little, okay, if you increase your price a little in such a manner that your revenue becomes greater than the cost expenditure, that is 4 lakh, your revenue becomes 4.5 lakh, then you have a profit of 50,000. Okay, you can increase this profit margin either by increasing the price costing price a little, or you can reduce the costing per unit. Okay, so either you can do it two way. So next is the capital expenditure. Okay, let's say you have at the start you have a capital, you have devoted around 10 lakh to build a capital expenditure. So break even should not be more than 3 to 4 years in the service industry. In the manufacturing industry, you have to be patient because you must have spent crores of rupees. But in the service industry, let's say the capex, the capital expenditure is around 10 lakh. So the break even means you start earning that much amount of 10, money which you have invested should not be more than 3 to 4 years. Okay, so these are all financial terms. And then the brand image also matters a lot. People are fond of brand, and the best example is Apple. You are paying, just you think about it, you are paying 20,000 just for the brand in buying the Apple phone. Okay, so maybe the raw material, the salaries, the marketing, the taxes, and the interest cost together for making an iPhone 11 is, let's say, 30,000, and you're paying how much? 65 to 70,000. So you're paying too much for the branding. So if you have a good brand, you can charge higher. And so that is what you call by brand image. Then we have IPs, intellectual properties, in the form of copyrights, patents, or trademarks. So you see Nike written on the shoes, its price is around 5,000. And if the Nike is written on the front and the Reebok is written on the back on the same shoe, the price is around 800. I hope you have understood what I'm talking about. Correct? So your intellectual properties matters also a lot. So if you have a patent of your product, or let's say if you're making a pickle or your formula is patented, right? So people will go crazy, right? For your pickle, they cannot just live without it. Then you can charge them extra for your patented pickle, which you can eat with your food. Okay, and then don't forget about the taxes. Now, after the demonetization, GST has come up. So we have 5%, 12%, or 18% GST depending upon your industry. And then interest. If you have taken some loan, there will be some, there will be you have to have some interest paid, every every month or every year, quarterly. And also there will be some profit margin. Okay, so this is about this should be profit margin. Okay, profit margin or the valuation should be also be there for your startup or your company. Okay, now after discussing, this is all about the pricing strategy. Okay, so we have covered the first you select the target market and the business model, competitors, costing per unit. It's very, very important. It all boils down to the value is equal to benefit versus price. Okay, against price. So if you have the higher value, your price, you can increase your price. If your value is less, your price will also decrease. So yeah, one of the reasons why startup fail or your startup acquires losses is that their marketing cost is very, very high because of your they have your customer acquisition cost very high. And to acquire the customers, they set too much money into marketing. So that is why some of these startups fail because of this strategy. So you should always strike a balance between the benefit and the price, and try to maximize the value your product is offering or your service is offering. Then these are all about the pricings. And then how do you see that there is a success in your marketing approach? So that is what we call it as a marketing success measure. So there are 9 points or 9 parameters. So here you have to connect to the customer journey map. Okay, so for example, you will have your timeline and budget. Let's say that you have your startup ready and you have your timeline of 6 months. Okay, so from the first month to 6 months, you can keep a comparison. So first is the website traffic growth. So let's say in the first month you have 150 people visited your website. So after 6 months, 5,500 people have visited your website. So that's the measurement of a growth, correct? Traffic growth. Next is the visitor to lead conversion rate. Okay. So, let's say that just now we have seen the website of Woodland, correct? Here it is, I guess. Yeah, here it is. So, how many customers are visiting the website and how many sales link they have clicked? Okay, and how many they have put their email IDs for inquiry. So those are your success measures. So let's say 1,000 people have visited the website in the first, I mean 150 people have visited the website in the first month, and out of that 5 people have given their email ID for the product information, and 10 people have actually bought a product from your website. And after 6 months, that number has increased to 5,500. So out of that, more than 100 people have purchased your product. So that is the measurement of a growth. So that is what you call by visitor to lead conversion rate. And then we have marketing, qualified lead. What percentage of your target audience you have got, or different target audience who are visiting your website? Are they young people, or are they professionals? Are they men or women? Correct. So you can easily make out if they click on this section or this section, women's footwear or men's footwear. Okay. So these kind of analysis are also important so that you can target them more. You can tune your website as per them. Correct. And then we should have a sales qualified lead, that you, if someone has dropped their email ID in the website for the inquiry and all, you can follow it up. Or some people have some people have almost purchased the product and they are in the shopping cart. You can give them email notification that kindly complete the order, or you can give them a call, what went wrong, or something like this. So these are all sales qualified lead. So this should be an increase from 1 month to 6 months. For your startup, it should be increasing. And then you have your opportunity, your purchasing power of your customers. Okay. So that is also very, very important. Then the conversion, right? So person visiting a website and experiencing all the product or the products you're offering and finally buying it. This is the conversion. Okay. And then you have revenue generated. This is your business outcome. Ultimately, all and entire session today is about business outcome, correct? And if you have a business and if you have no revenue generated, then there is no meaning of it. Let's say that the revenue generated in the first month is 40,000, and in the after 6 months it's 5 lakh, right? And what is the resulting profit? Let's say in the first month you made a profit of, it's possible that you can, in the first month, you neither made a profit or a loss, even if the revenue generated is 40,000. Okay. And let's say that if you slightly manage to increase the cost of your product such that the profit has been 20,000. Okay. Revenue generated after first month is 40,000 and your profit is 20,000, let's say. And then after 6 months, your revenue generated is 5 lakh, but your profit is still around 60,000. Okay. So this is the resulting profit, correct? And then this is a good source. You can download the tools for measuring marketing success, correct? So all these are optimum strategies for optimum marketing strategies for startup. If you follow these, your sales pitch will increase. Okay. Your image will increase as a startup, and your reach will increase. You will reach out to more and more people. Most important thing is creating a website. Okay. So this is all about, nowadays it's a digital marketing. So having a website is a must. So that's it. I am confident that this session has brought some value, correct? Let me just overall discuss what we have discussed so far. Okay. Yeah. So we have started with the goals of the marketing, the types of marketing, target audience, the channels, the pricing strategy, and finally we have discussed the marketing success measures. So I'm quite confident that this session has brought some value and these marketing strategy will definitely help you out. Okay. So that's it for this session. Thank you for joining.